as a reminder, by vaccinating or 60 and older, that's 93% of our COVID deaths and 64% of our hospitalizations.
That is Dr. Lindsay Weaver, the Chief Medical Officer for the state of Indiana, explaining why giving priority to our older populations with vaccine distribution just makes sense. And we have known since the start of the pandemic that our older neighbors are more likely to become seriously ill or die from COVID-19. Rob is looking at the numbers this morning to see how the different age groups are being affected. Rob?
Yeah, and like you said, Kristen, we've known from the start of the pandemic that it's our older population that would be hit the hardest with severe cases and deaths. So even though younger adults and middle-aged people represent more cases overall, by quite a bit actually, they're still a fraction of the deaths. So this first graph shows the breakdown of deaths by age group in Indiana. As you can see, it's not that COVID-19 is never deadly for younger people, but it just usually isn't. Indiana's only reported 5 COVID-related deaths under the age of 20. The climb is more gradual for people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s. 60 and older is where we start to see the bigger numbers, in the thousands. So almost 1,400 people in their 60s, almost 2,500 people in their 70s. We're getting close to losing 5,000 people 80 years and older in Indiana. The trend in Kentucky is almost identical. So Kentucky has a smaller population overall, so the overall numbers are smaller, but the trends we're looking at are almost identical. Single-digit numbers for kids, teenagers, and those in their 20s, slowly starts to build for people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and then we hit that 60-year-old threshold that we heard Dr. Weaver talk about before. Almost 600 people in their 60s have died in Kentucky, almost 950 people in their 70s, and more than 1,700 in their 80s. So yes, we can confirm what you heard Dr. Weaver say at the beginning. For both Kentucky and Indiana, more than 90% of COVID-related deaths have been among people 60 and older. Daniel?